Speak to what you just read.
So we read this. We actually did this yesterday. Basically, it just means that everybody are unique individuals. Everybody is not going to be the same. You know, we all bring different things to the table. Everybody's different for a reason. If we all thought the same, then the world would be a boring place. You know, we learn something from each other by being different, by having different thoughts, by being our own individual and unique selves. So, just basically be yourself and, share your thoughts. Like, everybody's not going to always agree on the same thing. So, I mean, if you don't agree on the same things, agree to disagree. That's the beauty in a relationship, is having different thoughts and different opinions. That's the beauty of the world, everybody being different. That's why God, created the world, brought down the tower, or created the Tower of Babel, or whatever. We have different languages, different cultures for a reason, because if we all had the same things, same ideas, it would be a very boring place to live in, a very boring world. That's my thought on that.
Thank you for sharing that. Come on, what's your name?
All right. My name is Serge.
Hey, Serge.
There's really a lot to say about this, but I'm going to be brief. Ever since I was young, I always liked my circle of friends to be like different. You know what I'm saying? Like not we all the same. I get work with people that act like me or listen to the same music as me. So my circle of friends was variety. Like somebody listened grunge music, but at the end of the day, the core values of like honesty and trust, loyalty was there. But like he dressed different than me. You know what I'm saying? You might see me with a punk rocker. And that's the beauty of it, because you constantly learn something. You know what I mean? But that's something that I was able to grasp ever since I was a kid. So my circle of friends wasn't everybody that dressed like me and acted like me. You know what I mean? But I always seen the beauty of it in like the variety, because that's the beautiful thing about it, because you constantly, learn different things. That's all I have.
How much time you got clean, Serge?
I got about roughly like 3 weeks.
3 weeks. All right. Thank God for last night's rest, this morning rise. Thank God for His grace and His mercy. Grace is always giving me what I don't deserve, and mercy is not giving me what I do deserve. And for that, I'm eternally grateful. How everybody doing? Good. All right. My name is Derek McKnight. For those who don't know, my partner Robert Hayes will be here soon. They always hear that, right? Hopefully he can get here before y'all leave out. All right. Real quick, I'm from Baltimore. Been in Philadelphia for 21 years. So this is my second home. And I've been on drugs for 20 years, but I've been clean for 14 years. But all I got is what? I learned in my pilgrimage of this recovery process is that I can't keep talking surface. I got to learn to start digging deep. Spiritual scuba divers, right? We got to learn to go deep, right? And sometimes it's hard to go deep when you don't trust people. Everybody hear that? And sometimes because I don't know, she might judge me and he might laugh and he might never shake my hand again, and they might look at me like they smell something funny, and all that madness. And I stay sick on people's what? Opinions. Everybody hear that? And I had to learn that, listen, people going to be people until I die. So y'all didn't bring me here. I got here. Freedom ain't free. It's a price to get free. Truly free, right? Not just recovering, but to be what? Truly delivered. You can walk back down Kensington 20 blocks and listen, you want to have a thought of using. Delivered. Right. Uncles, nieces, cousins got crystal meth, weed, crack on the table, partying, smoking weed, J's, K2, and listen, you just look at them and pray for them and keep it what? Moving. Delivered. That's where I want to be at. Anybody hear that? That's where I want to be at. So that takes time. Time takes time. So another thing too, watch who you hang with. Anybody hear that? Because people who don't want to work on themselves, guess who they work on? Everybody else. Everybody hear that? And distractions are in the building. Is that true? Yes. Who beef over what you ate? Who beef over the phone? Okay. Who beef over what? Your doses? Who get mad when your packages don't come up? Or visitations, etc., etc. That's like distractions, right? Who in here, ladies? Your body weight is coming back, and listen, now you the appetite of delight for a lot of the guys on the unit, or women. And listen, and one girl from Avery Gerard, she was painting her face for 40 minutes. And I used to work the detox unit at Avery Gerard. And she was painting her face. She was decorating that external, but forgetting about the what? Internal. Everybody hear that? If you want it, don't get around people who don't want it. And some people are cowards. They would take you with them. Everybody understand that? So listen, this is a short stop here. We ain't gonna live here. This is a temporary address. So we play in here, we can die out there. Right here on the board, my mother's a teacher, my pop's a teacher, and I like to teach. But you can never be an effective teacher if you're not a good student. I learned that too, right? You gotta be what? Learn something to teach something, right? And to be a good leader, you gotta be a good follower. So I learned to stay humble. I don't care how much time I get, when I'm driving, what's on my body, God get all of the glory. All right. Number one. This is the what? Like 11. This is 11 chambers of what? Recovery laws. That's in the Recovery Bible. Anybody read the Recovery Bible? Yeah. I'm gonna keep it spiritual. Not gonna be a religion, right? But these are inside of the pages of the Recovery Bible. All right. I got like 11 of them up here. Are y'all ready? Yeah. This is when y'all start talking, and I shut up and I learn and I listen. Hey, y'all ready? Yeah. Let's go. Number one. Powerlessness will lead to what? Strength. Powerlessness will lead to strength. Who don't understand that? If I admit I'm powerless over drugs, over people, places, and things, how can I get strength just by admitting I'm powerless? Anybody? What's your name?
Alana.
Hey, Alana, what's up?
I'm a recovering addict, and I believe that means that you have to admit that you have a problem before you can get to the top of recovery.
Very good.
Because without being honest with yourself, how can you be honest with anybody else? So therefore, once you admit you're powerless, then you can start working on yourself to lead to recovery, which is strength.
Very good. How much time you have clean?
Like 15 days or something.
All right. 1 and 2, Serge. And I can see the hand back there. Come on.
I think it has to do with admitting that you are letting, when you say I'm powerless, you letting your high power take the wheel. You letting fellowship take the wheel, and basically you willing to listen and willing somebody else helping you.
Very good. Good food, Serge. In the back, who had a hand up? What's your name?
My name is Osa.
What up?
Yeah, that powerlessness. I recognize that I need to learn what I'm up against. Once I know what I'm up against, and I know I'm powerless of what I'm up against, then I'll know how to fight.
Right.
And that's how I gain my strength. First, knowing that I'm powerless up against, knowing what I'm up against, and knowing that what I'm up against, I'm powerless. I can't fight that. Mm-hmm. I can't do it by myself. Then it's just like war. If indeed, the enemy, you're powerless up against the enemy because you don't have the equipment or the equipment to fight against them. Then I can go and say, you know what? Let me go get me a rifle too. I might have to get a couple of grenades to fight. And I have that strength to fight because I don't know. Because now I know what I'm up against, and now I know what I need to fight what I'm up against.
Very good. All right, that's what's up. Thank you for sharing. How much time you clean, O? What's up, Rob?
A few weeks.
Huh?
A few weeks.
I'll give it to him. Let's go. I got you next. Come on, come on. What's your name?
My name is Jack. I'm a Jack. Like, use your nurture, like, you learn tools, you learn the triggers and cooking skills, and you're learning, like, you're gaining knowledge, you're learning. I really don't know how to work, but learning, and so you're ready to go to battle with it. You know more things, like you're ready to go to battle with the disease, like you're ready, like you got more tools to fight. You get what I'm trying to say?
I got you. Very good. What's your tools?
I'm still learning. Like I don't know what my triggers are. Like I'm still learning.
I'm going 12 hours. Huh?
They asked me how many days
She said how many days do I got clean?
Okay. Thank you for sharing that. Good food, sis. How much time you have clean?
The state saying 18,
Yeah.
20 days.
20 days. Welcome man right here. What's your name?
My name is James.
Hey,
What's up,
James.
James?
How you doing? I got 23 days. I just came from the Cadencia house.
Let's give it to him. It's like James.
These friends doing a message there on Mondays.
Right.
You know, I got 23 days. I'm back out here. That power is shown is real important, y'all. You know, that's just like that remote. That battery on that remote starts showing that sign on the TV that says you can replace the batteries.
Yeah.
It no longer controls them stations.
Uh-huh.
That's like our lives. We no longer controlling the things that we was able to control before. Paying them bills, you know what I'm saying? Being here for the kids. You know what I'm saying? Making sure you're home for your lady, giving out that quality time. All of them things we get a chance. You know what I'm saying? And when you begin to go ahead and admit that right there, you start opening some doors. Here's some doors that we need to start opening, some other doors we need to start closing.
Come on.
Because when you admit that you got a problem, now you go ahead and allow the problem solving to begin to step in.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying? Your mess becomes you'll be able to become a message.
Yes, sir.
You know, this is why I came to tell him, I'm gonna make this meeting today. I got you. You know what I mean? I'm here to turn this thing down.
Good food, James. Guess who landed here, y'all? It's Rob.
What's happening? What's happening?
12 laws of recovery, Rob. Powerlessness will result in strength. Got any words for that?
Actually, I will tell you that sometimes when we hear the word surrender, some people cringe. You talk in the street, never surrender and all that kind of stuff. Never let them see you sweat, right? But actually, surrender is like a military strategy, right? So you recoup and get yourself together so you can handle your business. Look at Japan after the United States dropped that nuclear bomb on them, right? Man, they was messed up, wasn't it? Yeah. Right? Kids had radiation problems and all this and that. Now look at them today. You understand what I'm saying? So take this as an opportunity to use your surrender, get yourself together, and get back at life.
How much time you got clean, Rob?
13 years.
Hey. All right. Powerlessness. Oh, my man O was talking about it. Also, James touched on it too. The disease of addiction lives where? Where is it at? We say? Very good. Who know how it moves? Insidious. What does that word mean?
More evil than it seems.
What you say?
More evil than it seems.
What's your name?
Danny.
All right. How much time you got clean, Danny?
Monday will be a month.
Okay. All right. How about baffling? The disease of addiction is baffling. What are they talking about?
You said baffling?
Baffling. Right. What does that mean?
Confusing.
Unpredictable. Right. Okay. All right. How about come on, let me see. What's that one? Insidious, baffling. How about cunning? What that mean to be cunning? Anybody?
Slick,
Sneaky. Very good. Very good. How about fatal?
deadly.
Very
You
good.
sound like some of my ex-girlfriends.
Hey, but like O was talking about, listen, if me and Rob got to fight, I gotta watch Rob. I gotta watch the tapes on if he left-handed or is he right-handed, how old he is, how many knockouts he got, how's his speed, his left hook, his jabs, his knockout punch. I gotta study him. You know what I'm saying? So like the disease of addiction is the same way. We gotta study. When we know it lives here, how do we clean up a dirty mind? When the mind stinks, how we deodorize it?
Feeding it with positivity.
Very good. What's your name?
Mike.
Mike. How much time you got clean?
27 days.
27 days. And you don't have your crutches today?
No, I got Wednesday.
All right.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah. Appreciate it.
Number 2, forgiveness will lead to freedom. Forgiveness will lead to freedom. What are you talking about, Rob?
I have a friend of mine. They talk about, a domestic violence situation. They talk about that individual every day. You understand what I'm saying? You're talking about it's sort of like you get out of jail and you keep talking about jail every day. Is that true freedom?
No.
You understand? Actuality, you keep reliving the things that traumatize you.
Right.
You keep reliving these things. So you become hyper and all that and all this and that. Because actuality, that's right. You're not giving yourself the break. When we say forgiveness, we're not saying what they did is okay. We're saying what they did to us is not going to stop us from living life. And you have to understand that. Because if you don't, you're gonna stay in 1962. You're going like you're on a time machine. You keep going back. You can't live in the day. You damn sure ain't gonna be able to live in tomorrow.
Right.
So forgiveness is a very important tool in order for you to move forward in your recovery.
Right.
Understand the person who hurt you. Anybody hear that?
Yeah.
Hurt people do what?
Hurt people.
Hurt people. Y'all probably heard me say, or probably didn't hear me say, I got my heart broke on Valentine's Day. True story. And I gave her everything. You know, I gave her my time, my childhood, my adulthood, adolescence, war stories, crack stories, drug stories, jail stories. Listen, Social Security.
Oh, he gave that Social Security number. I said, oh, something going on.
They say love is blind, right? And it's stupid and it's foolish, right? Only when you don't know the true science of love, right? So it's like lust for me. It wasn't really love for me, right? When we got together, then you know what? You see, I was helping her. I didn't know it. I was helping her get up off her situation. She was sleeping on her what? Her Spawn-C couch. And I gave her I giving her money because me and Rob was house managers. We didn't pay rent. And I had give her 400, no problem. Give her 5, no problem. And she collecting and she stacking, collecting and stacking. Before you know it, she get her own place. True story. Then you know, man, we know when things ain't the same. The communication ain't the same. How she look at me ain't the same. How we touch ain't the same. I love that song by Drew Hill. We ran out of words to say.
Yeah.
That's my song right there. But anyway, and that's how it was, right? But listen, I knew it was over. I was waiting for her to say it. And here's another thing about me, pride. Rob said, primary reason I die early. You don't dump me. I do the dumping. And she dumped me. And my heart got what? Broken. Shattered to pieces. All over the place. And it took me 8 months to get those pieces up, piece by piece, and put it together with super glue. So Humpty Dumpty got back together again slowly but surely. And listen, I'm going to show you how good God is. When you give, God will bless you. We reap what we sow. Right. And I was on Turner Street. Anybody know about North Philadelphia? Yes. You got Cecil B. Moore, you got Nicholas, and you got Turner Street. Those houses are still standing. Where she come from? How you doing? What's up, Bob? I'm just playing, right? But anyway, speed it up, right? Speed it up, right? I'm on Turner Street, right? And come to find out, Philadelphia and PHA, they wanted what? Those blocks. And anybody who had property, they got paid. The owner of the house got like 6 digits. I got 5 digits. I got like $38,000. And that was for my rent for 4 years. Anybody hear that? So after I was given and I got my heart broke and I went to the program, I left there, went to Turner Street, and I was just angry. And God blessed me. So we reap what we sow. But I learned also, you know what I'm saying? Only give a little bit at a time. But I had to understand her. You understand what I'm saying? So I understand it wasn't me. And she gave me a journal. And the journal she gave me, she told me for me to write. But I was writing on her, not me. I called her every foul name from A to Z that I could think of. That was real vicious and malicious and venomous. And I was real angry with her. But 11 for the 12th page, I started writing on me. It wasn't about her. It was about what? Me. Dirk, you still reckless. Dirk, your eyes are still reckless. Dirk, you still masturbating. Dirk, you still watching porno movies. Dirk, listen, every time you get a queen, you try to pervert her. You ain't ready for no woman right now. So I had to understand that the woman who hurt me been hurt herself. And when you understand the person who hurt us, that is easy to accept what happened. Not giving her a pass, but just to accept. Because when you don't get healing for your hurt, you can hurt the person's what? Indirectly. So understand them, accept them, now you can what? Forgive them. Understand them, accept them, then you can what? Forgive them.
And let me interject this. Do you know that some people are emotionally unavailable?
Yeah.
Right? So you could be doing all the best that you can do. You can do this and you can do that, but normally, naturally, that's what people say. There must be something wrong with me. What's wrong with me? Sometimes an individual is not available for love. Why? Because they know, though, they feel as though everybody's abandoned them, everybody's rejected them, they got low self-esteem. I don't like me, so how can you love me?
Come on.
You understand? So when they reject you, it might not necessarily be you. That's what you have to understand. But you do got to take a look to see what part did you play, and if you didn't play a part, Move forward in life. Don't all arbitrarily just bring people in your life and give them the car keys, social security number, blood. Take some blood. I'll give you some blood. Do anything to be with me. People be like, oh, shit. That's a little clingy there. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying? So when you have low self-esteem, that's a battle. So inside of a relationship, we have to find certain things that's commonality. What I'm in this relationship for what? For some sex? I could buy sex. I'm serious. I could buy sex. Why am I with you? You can't cook. You don't clean. You know what I mean? You don't want to have kids. You don't want to have no family. Why am I with you? So you have to answer these questions. You have friends, you have some associate friends, and, comrades and all that kind of stuff. You have to determine the type of relationship you have. It's not going to happen overnight. And if it happens overnight, it's not healthy.
Right.
Because you don't know the person and they don't know you. You understand? You know how many horror stories I hear with the domestic violence piece? They come in like, we should add this to the domestic violence. The knight in shining armor. Coming to save you. Give you cigarettes. Give you a soda. Let you sleep in their house. You ain't got to pay no rent. Just got to have sex every day. You be like, what's going on? So I want you to understand, if you ever move so fast, it's not healthy. It's not healthy. You have to take time to know that person and know yourself.
Very good. Forgiveness will lead to what? Freedom. Anybody holding grudges? Anybody holding grudges? Gotta let go. Gotta let it go. Yo, it hurts. Who here got a pocket full of hand grenades? A hand grenade of hurt. A hand grenade of hurt. And they pull the pin and they start throwing it. Hurt them and hurt them because of what? I've been hurt.
Oh, you know,
come on.
They do that? They do that to keep the eyes off of them. So if I'm talking about you, I'm making fun of you and all this and that, I'm never looking at me. People not looking at me because I'm making fun of y'all. But inside I'm really hurting. That's why they say hurt people. But also, hurt people can heal people.
That's right.
Because you ever see that saying, you never know a person till you did what? Till you walked in their shoes. So when you walked in that same type of pain, like another woman that been through domestic violence, they know that pain more than I do. You know, doing everything you can for the dude and all this and that, and he still kick you down the steps, smack you in the face, and all have sex with your sister, had a baby. His ex cheated on her, or wound up she left her and had 2 babies by her sister, and came every Thanksgiving with the kids. Shaniqua, this is Tyrone and Leroy. How you think that girl felt? How you think, we already have what they call sibling rivalry, right? How do you think that felt? So understand these things. Try to treat, I can say, sometimes we say treat people the way you want to be treated, because sometimes people want to be treated in a negative way. Try not to do harm. Try not to do harm. Even when we come here, they got something called trauma relationships. So trauma relationships sort of like everybody here was on a bus. We had bus accident. Everybody on the lawn. Now, just because you laying next to somebody, you're supposed to be in a relationship with them. Just because you're in a rehab facility, you know a person in rehab right now, we in our worst painful situation in life. You know what I mean? So you look at somebody and you want the comfort. Ain't nothing wrong wanting to be comfort, but don't take advantage of people. Don't take advantage of people because you never know. You might run into a Mr. Frankenstein and a Mrs. Frankenstein. Y'all ain't running into Miss Frankenstein yet? Yeah. Surprise, surprise. And I'm not taking my medicine. That's what they'll tell you.
Welfare witches.
Yeah.
Number 3, y'all, faith will lead to what? Hope.
That's right.
Faith will lead to what? Hope.
They call hope hearing other people's experience. That's why it's so important, if you get an opportunity, listen to other people. Stop talking and running your mouth. You can't sit still because people sit still and their mind's still running. Right. You got to learn to hear other people's experience. Now, you know what that does? That experience lesson, you don't have to live that situation. Oh, they did that. Most of the time we get run into trouble because we're not disciplined. We don't know how to tell ourselves no. We don't know how to take constructive criticism. We don't know how to take constructive advice. I talk to people all the time. Every time I'm talking, they stop the video. Oh, what about this? Shut up and listen to the doctor. You ain't got all the answers. You have to understand, that's why they got a saying in the fellowship, keep it simple, stupid. Because we want to overcomplicate things. We never want to listen to other people. Sometimes you have to practice being humble. Sometimes you have to practice being quiet. You have to do these things. Why? If you want to get information to take your life to the next level.
If I can put my faith in a drug dealer, I gotta put my faith in my higher
How
power.
about put a faith in a drug dealer?
By giving him my money.
My money. Guess what? Some people go down to Kensington and Allegheny. They go down to Emerald Street. They go down to the 5th red door on the right. Give me one. You don't know what that person put in it. You don't know, put some rat poison in to give it a sizzle. And if you drop dead, they be like, yo, we got that killer shit. People want the stuff that kill people. What that Mike Tyson? What was that Mike Tyson and B-More? What happened with that?
That might laying cats down. East Baltimore, like 6 ODs, and West Baltimore, like 5. And everybody marching, they go get that bag of what? Mike Tyson.
They don't know how to shoot it like me.
There was a Muslim brother here before COVID jumped off, right? And he said, listen, his cousin went to go get a perk 30. But when they went to go get him a perk 30, Faith, they gave him a fentanyl pill disguised as a perk 30. And he took it, OD'd, and he died. If we can put our faith in death, we got to learn to put our faith in what?
Life.
You better believe it. Faith will lead to what?
Hope.
Hope. Who has faith in scratch-offs? Yeah, who had faith in that jacked up lawyer? You was better off with a public defender. You at the same time. Faith. How many men put their faith in a woman? Yeah. How many ladies put your faith in a what? A man. How many ladies thought your food and your sex can keep them what? Stabilized?
No way.
Boy, we having some of this macaroni and cheese.
Some collard greens.
Collard greens.
Faith.
He ain't going nowhere.
So
Guess
my-
what somebody
come on,
told us?
come on.
They said, you know what? When we look at relationships, how many people had trouble in relationships? Raise your hand. Trouble. Guess what? They say if you're a son, look at your mom. If you're a daughter, look at your dad. That's a direct relationship to your relationships that's coming down the line. You understand? So what's going on is, just because that was the past, that doesn't have to be your present. You know, you say, oh, I don't want a man who do this. I don't want a man who do that. Actuality, now you're focusing on the negative instead of focusing on the positive. You see? So that when we're doing the recovery component, when we're doing the journal, the 4th step, that is so important because it's looking at your past. You got to look at your past because your past is going to reflect your future. Because your father, your mom was the first person in your life, and that is the mold in how you judge and deal with people. Because you know we got a conscious mind and we have a subconscious mind. That image has been engraved in your subconscious. So you ever hear this saying? I want a woman just like my mom. Surprise, surprise. You understand what I'm saying? So we got to do that personal work. Do that journaling, writing, reflect. Try not to, insanity is doing what, Night?
Doing the same thing.
And expecting different results. You look at it, we probably got 5 people in relationships to almost the same thing, different face.
Here's another thing too, right? A lot of us, when we jump out of Kirkbride's airplane, and we jump out and we pull the parachute, a lot of us, we land on nothing. Poor support, no support. It's dangerous. Because when we leave here, a lot of us shot dope, smoked coke for years. And we were leaving out of here with what? Less than what? 6 months clean. Mathematically, we unbalanced. So I got to have my faith. When I leave here, my faith got to be in something bigger than me. Something stronger than me. So I can what? Make it just for the day. From Monday to Tuesday clean. From Tuesday to Wednesday clean. From Wednesday to Thursday clean. From Thursday to Friday clean. From Friday to Saturday clean. From Saturday to Sunday clean. Faith. Watch who you hang with. And if you want it, we can speak it all day, but our feet got to do the walking.
Right.
Let your walking do your talking.
They got a saying. Your network is your network. Your network is your network.
Faith.
Right? So if you want to be a wino, you want to be a drunk, you just hang at Kensington and Allegheny. Right on the corner, right there under the subway.
Or
right?
Alany.
Or the Alany. Anywhere you want to go, you can find ways to be non-successful if you follow me. But if you want to be successful, you need to hang with the winners. Eagles don't hang with chickens. You understand what I'm saying? So be with the people in here that's doing the work, reading books on their time. We shouldn't have to tell you to do your own book club. You should be wanting to get your life together because you got a lot of people counting on you getting your life together. Am I right or wrong?
True. Faith will result in what? Hope. Come on.
I actually had almost 2 years clean.
Okay.
And it was actually from not hanging out with people. I had a sponsor and I had like actual people in my life that weren't using, you know what I mean? So if you want it, you gotta cut out a lot of people.
Yes. Yes. All that gotta go.
That's right. You got to do it. We can't do it, right?
No.
You got to cut
And
them
you gotta
people
fall in love with the unfamiliar.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You gotta fall in love with being what? Uncomfortable. Right? Because we always medicated on how we felt. And now we gotta learn how to feel, deal, and heal clean. And if we can't get to that, we will go back and use. How much time you got clean, sis?
Right now, 21 days.
21 days. All right, God bless. All right, number 4. Bullet number 4. Service will result in a reward. Service will result in a reward. What are they talking about? Who in service?
We are.
Who helping people?
Very good. Very good. All right. Hey, who's doing things on your unit they didn't even ask you to do? Sweeping, mopping. Very good.
Ooh,
Come on.
What was they doing on 70th Street? What's that shelter?
Outley House.
Outley House, right?
Yeah.
We used to do workshops. We go there every Thursday or something like that. And it was one guy. He was always cleaning up. He was always helping out. He had a good spirit or something like that. He was doing it for someone. I noticed. You noticed that because that's an action, right? Do you know when people came in to look for people for jobs, that's the first person that staff recommended.
Y'all hear that?
They recommended him because they looked at his character, they looked how he conducted himself and so forth. He was part of the solution, he wasn't part of the problem. And when what they say, your talent will get you in the door, but your character will get you at the table.
There was a guy, I work in Surge, right? I put my 2 weeks notice in too. No, I need some me time, right? So my Saturdays will be coming back and my Sundays will be coming back. Thank God, right? But anyway, I got 6 dogs, so it's a lot. But anyway, one of the guys was in the shelter because the Surge is what? Recovery side and shelter side. So he was on the shelter for like 4 months. He came over from the shelter, came over to the recovery side, and he stayed obedient. He never got a write-up. He always came and did what he's supposed to. We said, meeting, he come downstairs, no bitching, no complaining. Now he got his own place. By being what? In service. Everybody hear that?
Yeah.
It's like the person who don't do nothing on Monday and play around on Tuesday and kiss everybody's ass on Wednesday, manipulate on Thursday, bitching and complaining on Friday. And listen, they hands out for the person who looked for a job on Monday, came back on Tuesday, looked again on Wednesday. Congratulations, you got a job by what? Friday. So the person who put work in got a reward. But the person who didn't do nothing got nothing. Everybody hear that?
Yep.
It's a sad sight to see grown-ass men begging when they don't want to get up. Because that's what men is. Men protect. Men provide. Men produce. Men sacrifice. We don't make excuses. Boys do. And women be looking for what? Men. Not boys. A man who ain't going to hit them. A man who's going to encourage him. A man who's going to love him. A man who's going to stay loyal. A man who she can depend on him. A man who is led by God. So it's easy for her to submit.